Democratic Republic of Congo. It's one of the poorest countries in the world, and thanks to an insanely complicated mix of politics, armed conflict, and corruption, it's also one of the most underreported. It also happens to be home to a nondescript black rock known as coltan, a vital ingredient in the production of nearly every cell phone and computer on the planet. Without coltan, our technology-driven lives would come to a screeching halt. And Congo has 80% of the world's supply. Congo also has cassiterite, gold, and a slew of other minerals that make the world go round. And you'd think that having so much of this stuff would be good for Congo, but the reality is far from the case. There's a reason they're called conflict minerals. Since the mid-1990s, armed groups have used these minerals to fund a series of fantastically complicated and horrifically violent wars.
We have to kill them. We have to kill them.
And as the tech boom drove up the price of these minerals, violence skyrocketed.
That woke me from my lucid dreams. I run to mom and dad and snuggle by their feet. They whisper to me to stay quiet and hide beneath the sheets. The gunshots and shouts got my heart be pacing. I try to calm myself, but I can't stop the shaking as I hear our front door getting torn down. It only be a couple of seconds before we were found. The shadows fill the room, bayonets drenching blood. They kick me to the ground, covering my body in mud. I see the evil grins as they hand me a loaded gun. They tell me if I want to live, I have to shoot my dad and mom. I try to rebel, but they force their rifles through my head. If I did not comply, then they just shoot all of us dead. I close my eyes as I clutch the handle with my fingers. I curse the world as I cock the pistol. I'm a child soldier, no place to go. I'm a child soldier, I'm just another one. I'm a child soldier, and I will blow you away. Cause that's all they ever tie me in the yellow rain. I'm a child soldier, no place to go. I'm a child soldier, I'm just another one. I'm a child soldier, and I will blow you away. Cause that's all they ever tie me in the yellow rain. My heart cried and never made a sound. I couldn't even weep or they shoot me down. No tears could be shed whilst our enemies bled. One of us tried to run, we get shot in the head. Reality is what you make of it, just not here. We were trapped in a prison where the lock was fear. I'm stronger than any mental, bloodlust like boiling kettle. No sense of sanity like a rose without its petals. So many times on my knees I prayed. I know God had ever heard the word that I said. Memories fade away. I'm just another unknown child soldier, and I'ma blow you away, cause that's all they ever taught me in the yellow rain. I'm a child soldier, no place to go. I'm a child soldier, I'm just another unknown child soldier, and I'ma blow you away, cause that's all they ever taught me in the yellow rain.
There are thousands of children in armed groups in Democratic Republic of Congo. It is estimated over a third of them are girls, used mainly as domestic and sexual slaves, but sometimes as fighters too. I am one of them. Some girls are abducted, others join because of poverty or because they can't go to school. We're not allowed to show weakness for a moment. We share stories of how we ended up here. For many of us, education was beyond our reach, but we thought life with an armed group would at least offer us food, security, and better opportunities. We were wrong. My father left when I was younger. When I was 15, my mother was killed by armed men. I was alone. After my mother died, I lived with my aunts, but I was still scared. I also wanted revenge, so I ran away to join the Mai Mai militia. Life here is only suffering. They give us drugs so we don't get tired of them all using us. Lucky are those that only have one man. The worst thing is the suffering we inflict on others, the thefts, the intimidation. I had to escape. My aunt refused to take me back. No one would talk to me. Some called me prostitute. Lots of families won't accept girls like us. They say we've lost our value. They think we are worthless. I wanted to go back to school. I knew it would improve the way others saw me, but I couldn't afford the fees. Then a local group working with Child Soldiers International turned up. They helped me return to school. The other girls that never used to come close to me are now becoming my friends. School is helping me fit in again, but I still needed someone to speak to. Child Soldiers International introduced me to a woman from a nearby community. She listens to the difficulties I'm having. It is such a relief she doesn't judge me. It has been difficult coming home. Girls who leave militias are rejected, labeled bad girls. Many think it's better to stay in the bush. I am moving on with my life, but there are so many other girls trapped in armed groups. Some have escaped, but are turned away by their communities. Help us change this. Many of them are girls like me, rejected, neglected, and forgotten. Please listen to what we have to say. We want to be accepted and to go to school, just like any other child.
How do I wake my spirit cold? We always say when our history's told, if only we knew the things we know. There's a question ages old. Let me down easy, let me down slow. If all good things ever come and go, let me back down in a place I know. Hold the nail for the hammer strong. This my trash, this my tone. This my blood, this my bone. remember